and revisit the ideas you can do. Great. So you're all ready, excited? Can you guys open up your cameras so that I can see, I can get the energy from you guys? Come on, you guys have to now push me, fill me with energy. Hey, what's up? That's nice. That's nice. Okay, that was it too much of enthusiasm, Angeline, that you shut
Was
your camera?
getting my glasses.
Okay, okay, no worries. I will just share my screen in a minute. Okay, here we go. What is this behavior? I have to anyway now sign up. Huh. Continue. And we start. We start. So if you see here by Gypsy Media, that is my company's name, the Gypsy Media. Perfect. So this is your first session for basic to pro learning about writing, content writing, copywriting. See, few things I want to make clear, set up the ground rules before we start. It's like, let's put on our mics on mute so that, there's no distraction while we are going through the classes. But you can anytime stop and ask questions, keep it interactive so that you get to know a lot of stuff. It is me who is doing, who is improvising, and who is learning in my own capacity. But this is a platform for you all. So feel free to take screenshot, ask questions, raise your hand, and take notes as well. I like to have, people write down notes so that they know what they have written, because going back into the digital notes section is a very tough task. And also, like I said, I'm an energy craver. I need to see faces. I need to connect with you guys. So keep your cameras open unless you're driving or having food or, out and loud. But if that's not the case, please open up your cameras. And we start our workshop with this video. Let me just pull it up again. You were able to hear the voice? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay.
Creativity is extraordinary. It can come from anywhere and exists in everyone. It's in her and in him and in them. Blurring the lines between code and chaos, it can take any shape, some of which you would never expect. Like all of us, it's a work in progress. When I choose creativity, I take the harder path, the unfinished search in pursuit of the exceptional, a sprint forward where there is no finish line. Creativity has the power to transform people, build business, and shape society in a way that nothing else can. It walks with me every step of the way, through all stages and diversions. Its insight And inspiration, it's encouragement and connection, milestones and magic. Creativity is not only in anyone, but for everyone. Whoever you are, wherever you are, stay restless, aim higher, push forward.
Hmm. This is something about creativity. How was the video? What are your thoughts on the video? No thoughts? Cool. See, if it is not interactive, it's a very easy thing for me to slide and glide through different slides, go ahead and have my sweet dream night. You can ask, you can share. So, creativity means a lot of things. It inspires people, it builds brands. Creativity is not for someone, but it's for everyone. So let's be creative. We all have been creative. We all have been seeking creativity, be it in making those small cards, happy birthday or sorry cards for our parents, siblings, to writing those cute messages for our friends, to making up for people we, disappointed. We all have been writing, we all have been expressing, we all have been making things creatively for everyone around us. So let's put that to test and now find how the corporate side of it works, how the world, or how you can leverage it to have some checks paid. But checks comes on secondary or tertiary level. Primary and secondary always remains on insight, inspiration, writing, persistence, and creativity. So this is what we'll be covering today. We'll be covering what is writing, why writing matters, writing in the digital age, and exploring different types of content. So we'll have it digestible. And from tomorrow onwards, your sessions will get a little deeper, deeper, deeper into different formats, how you write, what is it that counters into writing. So tell me, what's your favorite form of writing? Is it Instagram caption, writing song lyrics, diary entries? What's your favorite form of writing? Prashant, Udyanjali, Evangeline.
Social media captions.
Ah, captions. What about the others?
I used to write thriller novels, but I've not finished one yet.
Oh, wow. You've got serious time in your hands. Do you sleep?
Yes, so 11, I've just started 11, so
Okay, that makes sense. What about you, Udyanjali?
So Instagram captions,
Hmm.
and even when people make reels, you help with the content. Like, what should the reel include? So
The
I would like,
scripting.
yeah.
Hmm. So this is what is different types of writing that you enjoy doing. Now, I'll just share what writing is. Theoretically, writing is expressing ideas, stories, and information through words. But I say writing is an art. It's a tool that connects ideas to people. You can imagine building bridges between your thoughts and people acting on it, between your creativity and people relating to it. So, writing is that bridge. You can express it by saying it. You can enact, let's say, sorrow, anger, happiness, love, hatred, but then you have to speak out in some way or the other. So, it's a tool, it's an art of inspiring people. When you're writing, when you're scripting for social media, you are driving traction on those posts. When you're writing a novel, you're making people leave everything and get lost into the story of that novel. That is why it's an art, and that is why it's a tool as well. So there are different types of writing now. First is creative writing, in which poems, short stories, scripts for school plays, for an example, all these types lets you flex your imagination, lets you explore the idea of romanticizing, let's say, horror or friendship. All of these things are creative form of writing, which involves imagination, which involves you to have emotions as a part of it as well. Poetry, shairis, my God, I've been writing shairis lately, pouring my heart out, and short stories as well. All of these things gives you a play feel. So that is why it's the creative type of writing. Second is informative type of writing, where you give people a lot of in-depth knowledge about a specific field, area, topic. So articles, reports, guides, um, wherever you give clear and useful information to people, it's informative writing. Third is professional type of writing, where you write proposals, you make emails, you make case studies. Wherever there is clarity and structure important in your writing format is professional type of writing. So it doesn't mean that your clarity and your purpose is not required in creative type of writing, but it's creativity. You have a big um, garden to play around, big lawn, big playground to go about. But in professional writing, you have to have a certain approach, because it's professional content that you are writing. It's for some purpose now. So case study, proposals, emails, all of these falls under the professional type of writing. Now, this analogy is very interesting. What I've put, that in a way, writing is like making sandwiches. You layer ideas together and add flavors and serve it up in a way that satisfies your audience. This analogy, I came while I was actually eating a paneer barbecue sandwich. And I was like, dude, that's great. That's bread, that's paneer, it's bread, it's masala, and there's bread. So I am covering it up with the bread, and also in the middle, I am settling it with myself as well. So it's the masala and everything that comes into it that gets the flavor, but it's the bread that's holding all the masala together. So it's the bread, that's the idea, and the masala is your audience required personality. Now, by audience required personality, we will talk about it further in the session. In short, you speak and you choose words according to your audience that you are going to interact with, because you will not use the same words, same slangs, or same abbreviations with your parents as you use with your friends. You get my point? अरे हाँ ना, कुछ तो बोलो.
Yes, sir.
अरे
Yes, sir.
सो जाओ, सो गए हो सबके सब फिर. So how do you think writing helps you, me, everyone in our daily lives? And think beyond school. तुम लोग बहुत ढीले इंसान हो यार. Writing helps us to share ideas and opinions, connect with people, boost creativity, and have enhanced probability of problem solving skills. Why problem solving skills here? Because when you start writing your problems or when you start communicating it, it will give you a lot of clarity. Why is it happening? What is it happening? And how is it that you can cure it? And that is why problem solving skills also gets a part of writing. So that's why, and writing has been a very, very, very old format of expressing, be it from the early humans. They also used to write in their language. They used to make different, you know, what can I say? Different images, different characters, and between them they used to just mingle up things to make it more clear for people of their time to understand it. So it has been the oldest and the most purest and totally open format of conversation writing. Now imagine your favorite movie or a video game. At some point it started when the makers of it were making. It all started as, scribble or just one line that started. And without writing, these ideas would have never taken shape. So writing becomes that initial step for everyone to create something impactful. And that's why I encourage my team, people around me, wherever I go, whatever I talk, whoever it is, I ask them to write. Whatever you're feeling, write. How are you doing? Write it. Are you feeling bad? Write it. Why are you feeling bad? You're feeling very happy, very joyous. Write about it. The best part about writing is, and the physical writing is, you can go back and recall that. In this digital age, again, I'm saying, when you text it in your draft to yourself, you don't go and read the chats unless it's heartbroken disease that you're going through. Oh my god. Unless that's not something, you don't go and refer to chats. So then writing into the diary, maintaining a diary. I also am not a very heavy journal person, but I have my own diary and I go write whenever, extremes I'm feeling, I feel stuck. So it may not be something I do on a regular basis, but let's say in 1 month, 20 days, sometimes 4 months, but I write so that I can also go back and, revisit those ideas. Now, first written language was developed around 3400 BC in Mesopotamia. You see how far we have come. 3400 before Christ, so long back, and traveled far, haven't we? There's so many languages now. So now writing in digital age, how is it? Let's get into it. Writing is everywhere, wherever you go online. Whether you're writing a blog, you're writing a tweet, you're writing a script for YouTube, you're writing captions for Instagram, everything that you're doing is a form of writing. But why does it matter so much in today's world? Why is writing such a big fuzz nowadays that people are opting for it? Because content creation game isn't just for influencers now. It is not just about bloggers now. When I started in 2016, 17, 15, blogging, like writing blogs, was a big thing. I mean, people used to be so much into that, and that was a great business at that time. It is still a great business, but it's open for everyone now. It's not just few people who have the domains, who have the access, who knows how to write. It's for everyone. Anyone who has a story, who has an idea, or have this eye to look at the world with different perspectives, gives them the power to share their journey, share their story, they share their perspective, share their thoughts. And that is why writing is for everyone nowadays. The key purpose of writing content in digital age will remain the same forever, and it will be throughout. It can be to inform people, to entertain people, to educate people, and to persuade people. These are the major four corners of writing. You inform people through blogs, articles about different case studies, about different new features, about different things going on, cut off, let's say, for colleges. You talk about all the information stuff. Then comes entertainment, where we all share memes, fancies, and different short movies, even movies as well. So entertainment comes into that. Education comes where tutorials, explainer videos, self-help guides, all of these things come and help you or educate you about a topic or a skill, is one of the thing. The last is to persuade, which is the thing which I like most. Advertisements, reviews, a heartfelt letter to a friend. These are all persuasions that you do, get into the minds and hearts of people. Now, example. Have you ever watched a viral video about life hack or DIY? Why does it work? Because, it helps us become smarter people while also they entertain us. And that's the digital writing in action. You write the script, you narrate everything, you direct things. And it is not about fancy setup anymore. You can do this all with your phones. We all have great phones, but one thing that we all may not have, that is good writing. And that is the skill nowadays. It's not about content creation, it's about how you're creating about it. Now, as parting away tip, I just want to talk about one thing. And oh, seriously, we are about it. We're about the towards the end. I thought it would be interacting with you all. um Let me talk about this a little bit more. You know, the billboards that you see, what type of writing do you think they serve? What's the purpose of a billboard?
To persuade.
Sorry?
To persuade.
Yeah, to persuade. The pamphlets that we get, do you read newspapers? Have you seen those small leaflets coming in with the newspaper? What purpose do they serve?
Those are also for persuasion also.
Yeah. And information. Sometimes you inform people that, okay, this is starting in your area, this all things you can do, blah, blah, blah. And then persuasion becomes a very heavy part of it. And that's how you do things, to persuade people is something which comes into the copywriting part of it. Because there are a lot of things you write. You write blogs, articles, case studies, white papers, emails, newsletters, and copywriting is involved in all of these things. What is copywriting? You'll get to know in further sessions. I am a copywriter, that's where I started from. And copywriting is a skill where you tend to persuade people in every other way possible and drive them to an action. So that's why when you see all of these things writing, that's why it is important. And as parting away tip, you need to think about your audience. And audience are targeted in different ways. Your audience can be 18 to 35. It will include new parents, newly married couples, singles, just starting college, who has started job, who has resumed their jobs, who are planning to go out, masters, everything, right? So this is a very heavy pool that you can target. You can go even specific. So when you go specific, you can define your audiences in on the basis of age, psychometrics, behaviors. You talk about regions, you talk about preferences. So all of these things makes you define your target audience. And when you find your target audience, tailoring your tone becomes the key. How do you tailor your tone is something you learn throughout the session. There is no particular session about it, but it is throughout the session that you see different content formats have different approach to it. And that is what my parting away tip would be. When you are interacting now with people, observe how you are actually communicating, what is your brain thinking, how are your thoughts aligning, why is it that you're behaving in a different way when you're talking to your teacher and your parent or your friend. Observe all of these things, and then you'll understand how you can improvise all of these things, how you can tap into different types of tones when you're talking to either of the audiences that I talked about or whoever that comes across. And let's start taking action. What do you say? Do you have anything to ask?
So you mentioned something about Saito. When you said you could discriminate based on, like, you could specify your audience either based on gender or Saito.
Psychometrics. So
Yes.
psychometrics basically means how are what are your interests, or let's say, am I can be anyone between 18 to 40, let's say, and I might be um interested into motivational side of things. So that is a psychometric. I am inclined towards motivation. Someone might be inclined towards health. So psychometric is one of those things.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else, guys? It all went in your head, no? Not over your head.
No, sir.
No, sir?
Like, it didn't go over my head.
Okay. That sounds good. About you, Prashant?
It was up to Mark.
Up to mark. No,
Yeah.
I don't want review. I want that. Did you get it? Did you
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah. I was getting it. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So, all the best for further sessions. If you have anything that you want to ask, you can drop me a DM on WhatsApp or LinkedIn or Instagram. Unusual Harsh is my username on platforms. You can find me, or WhatsApp also works.
So will the sessions be daily or is it a weekly thing or
There are certain lives that you will be, informed about, but the rest of the course is recorded. So you will get the access of your recorded session on daily basis.
so
Or I
can we
think they will make it live for you all together at once.
view that if it is recorded, can we view it another day if we're busy on a particular day and
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. It will be there for you. I think lifetime access is there.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's about it. I hope you stay steady with